Have another beer, buddy.
Chatty chat chat chat. I think that they probably said that being shorter is advantageous.
Well, they need to teach me then. There you go. So we had to poke a little fun at him. Call you Ginger Swag.
Yeah. If you weren't bowlers, what would you have liked to have done instead? Anything else. Literally anything else.
That's a great answer.
The horse is so dead that it's on some kid's school project on a landfill already.
And there you have it. No. We'll talk about that one more.
Terrible idea.
What's going on?
What is up? What up, what up, what up?
That's right.
In a minute since we
I've done this.
We did this, so we'll let some people filter in here. Got a few things to talk about, so we thought we'd do a show. We've been kind of holding this back for whenever we actually had something to talk about, instead of just kind of jumping on and rambling about nothing forever. So we do have a partial PBA schedule. We do have everybody's leagues have been going for a couple months. Talk about, we've had some bowling balls coming out, and Daria Pajak pulled an Amanda Hawes.
She didn't break both of her elbows, though, but yeah.
Scooters are dangerous. I mean, what happened to her is not funny, but again, Jonathan's wife had a scooter incident a year or two ago.
I was not ready for that one. I'm sorry.
Yeah, a little bit of an inside joke there, but
wait till she hears of this one.
Yeah, but yeah, we'll have a few things to talk about. I need to actually pull that up too now that I'm thinking about it.
Yeah, those things can be dangerous, man. So
Daria Pajak.
That's what it looks like.
What's that?
It looks like Pajak or Pajak.
Yeah. So yeah, she's a little bit of trouble here. So.
I'd say. I would say. I was just glad Amanda didn't break both of her elbows because she can still do some dishes. Oh. Sorry, I had to put a zing in there.
Yeah, we also had a few unfortunate things here recently. You've been dealing with the situation of yourself, loss in the family.
Yeah, my grandmother passed, so within the last couple weeks. So that been back and forth to Kansas City quite a bit. So I know my mom sure appreciates it and helping them out as much as I can.
Mm-hmm.
But it's been tough. But we're getting through it. And that's one foot forward each day, and that's all you can do.
Yeah. Yeah, we've had it hasn't happened yet, but Angel's grandma's not doing too well. We've had our daughter and son-in-law were here for the last week. They just got home, or they just left Saturday, got home yesterday. So
I thought I saw Angel posted a feast in there the other day in Discord. I was like, man, feeding an army.
Yeah. We went to what did we have? Yeah, we went to we took him to Slaps, or we took Chris to Slaps last time she was here, but Hunter we took this recently, and he really likes seafood, and Chris has been trying to get into seafood, and so we just make a crawfood and crab kind of boil thing too.
It's got to be fried cod or I won't eat it.
Yeah. Yeah, we had we almost ate we got 2 pounds of crab and 5 pounds of crawfish, and we only ended up with about 1 pound of crawfish left.
Man.
So
you guys threw down.
Yeah.
Didn't Nate Garcia have the same injury? I know he got hurt at one point in time, but I don't know if it was broke both elbows or not.
Yeah.
I'm not sure if he fell off a scooter either. I don't know.
Yeah, Daria's thing's a little bit more serious, especially given what she does for a living and given her age too. I mean, it's not it sucks no matter when it happens to somebody, but she's kind of right in her prime, and elbows, breaking both elbows she's going to have trouble doing stuff, just functioning day to day for a little while.
Oh God, I can only imagine how hard it is to sleep.
Yeah, because I didn't.
I mean, do you think it's career threatening possibly?
Yeah, I mean, especially the way she throws the ball, and she has had elbow injuries, tendonitis and whatever else. She's had elbow issues for a long time, just in general, and now breaking both of them. How is she going to be able to throw the ball when she does get back? And what does that look like? What's the timetable for that? I think that the Daria that we knew is probably not going to be the Daria that we're gonna see again, and it's probably going to be a long road back.
Oh yeah.
So,
I mean, I couldn't imagine breaking both of my elbows. Like, even just sleep, man, that would be awful.
I mean, there's all kinds of things, because when I had the thing with the pinched nerve and my shoulders didn't work, there was a lot of stuff that, I mean, I could kind of maneuver my hands around, but at the same time, there's a lot of stuff that you use your shoulder for that you don't really realize that you're using your shoulder for. So it was really, really kind of interesting. And I have had a dislocated shoulder before, but I've always had at least the one extra arm going on. She's in slings here. I've got a couple pictures that I pulled from her Facebook page.
Yeah, she looks totally uncomfortable for sure. I mean, just trying to eat sounds like it would be not good, but
yeah, that's the thing. She's gonna have trouble just doing
anything.
General life. I mean, somebody's gonna have to take care of her.
Oh, 100%. I mean, you can imagine just as uncomfortable as it sounds, just trying to use the bathroom.
Yeah, well, that's the other thing, is just figuring all that stuff out. Like my dad had shoulder surgery a year ago, and that's one of the things you got to figure some stuff out. But yeah, so she's in 2 slings, and that's gonna be a problem. Just see, now this is the most recent picture where she's got the casts. So
I did see that she was gonna go get a second opinion. I don't know if she was doing that today or not, but maybe to see if she find out maybe she didn't break both. I don't know. She's in 2 broke, but
yeah, I mean, they're at the very least, I don't know that they put casts on you if they're not sure yet, but it might be a preventative measure just in case.
Watch the video on Patreon. She said her boyfriend Gio is helping her eat. Yeah,
I mean, this is the thing. She's in cast. She's in cast, so she's not going to be able to feed herself
unless she eats with a straw. That's it.
I mean, she might have to have a home health nurse or something, just taking showers and going to the bathroom and just all the stuff that people don't think about. Yeah, before it happens to them.
She said on her Patreon she's getting a second opinion to see if surgery is needed. I got cast on both elbows. I think surgery is going to be needed somewhere, but I'm not a medical expert, so I won't travel down that path.
Yeah, I know exactly how this happened, because I had a buddy when I was a lot younger that broke both of his wrists falling off of his bike, and that's the thing where you put your hands out, and you Tyreek Hill yourself, basically.
Did he go over the handlebars? Like the front handlebars?
I think he did. I think he hit something and it threw him forward, and he went out like that. So that's kind of what I'm imagining, is she got going too fast and maybe got the wobbles or something, and you instinctively put your arms out to brace yourself. And it might be one of those things where she caught herself weird, and I don't know what happened. Or she's also got, this is the other thing, she's got hyperflexible elbows too, because she's shown before, people have commented on that, or at the top of her backswing and her elbow will be like, it'll be like this, but the opposite direction. And people are like, elbows aren't supposed to bend like that. And so, I mean, if she stuck her arms out and straightened them out, she could have been hyperextending them and, popped them.
I know when Amanda fell on hers, we were riding we just went out to get on like the City Birds, the scooters that left around town. And we were just like, let's go out and ride them for a little bit. I had never rode one of those before. And she was already iffy on them as it was. Like, it's like, I don't know, I'm going to fall on this thing. And when she ate it, she went forward over the handlebars, except she caught herself with her hands, but her face did most of the work. So,
well, my brother had something happen like that when he was, I don't know, 10, 11, 12. We had just a regular scooter, just a regular, people powered scooter. And over at my parents' house, there's a street. The street that they're on has a little bit of a decline, so you can just kind of start at the top of the hill and kind of coast down. It's not a very big hill, but if you go long enough and get going fast enough, it's kind of like, okay, well, I'm on a scooter that doesn't have I think it had some handbrakes or something, but he just got going too fast and got the wobbles, and he just crashed out and slid. And he got his chest was torn up, and he got a chunk out of his chin. And
I'm telling you, those things are dangerous, man. You've got to have some like ultra good balance to ride those things on a regular basis. Even if you do have like really good balance, you still have a very good shot of eating shit. So it's very unfortunate for her. That sucks. I was over at my grandma's place. Just happened to be looking at my phone for a minute and saw the picture of her with the elbows. And I was like, how the hell did she manage that? But that's unfortunate for her because it's definitely, I think it'll set her career back. I think she'll be quite a bit limited to what she used to be able to do. But
yeah, and you never know. Sometimes things kind of work out. This might, I don't know. I think that her bowling career in general, professionally speaking, she hasn't been as successful as I think a lot of people might have expected her to be. She does. I mean, she can compete. She hasn't. She's got one PBA title, and I think she's got a lot of international. She's got a bunch of different things internationally, but she's always kind of, I think, focused on. That's probably unfair to say, because she has really. I mean, to her credit, she has focused on the bowling side, even though she has focused on the image side of things too, and she's very popular overseas. And but she has really, she is a bowler with all the other stuff to it. It's not like she turned into a Anna Kournikova or something like that and just kind of, well, I played tennis, but this other is going so well that, let's forget tennis and lean into this. She's been a bowler through and through.
Yeah, Kournikova got famous off her looks for sure.
Yeah. And I mean, Daria's had the same kind of thing, but she hasn't abandoned or neglected her bowling in pursuit of all the other stuff. She's been a bowler the whole time. She's just making it work for other directions too. So
yeah, no, I agree. Yeah, she's got a pretty big social media following, of course. And she's, like I said, very popular overseas, and she's got bowling ball lines over there, or not necessarily bowling ball lines, but she's got her name on a bunch of stuff. Yeah, and she's got that new role with Global too that we talked about a while back.
She's whatever that was. She's
ambassador or something like that. Brand ambassador.
Yeah, the global ambassador or something like that, or the world ambassador for the brand. So this might be you never know.
Yeah, it's just gonna be a time will tell thing at this point. It's like I said, it's unfortunate, but.
Mm-hmm. Well, and she's not going to be the same bowler when she gets back that she was before. So we'll have to see what that is. Is she going to try to get back? Is she going to have surgery? Would surgery be advisable? And when she does get back, she's not going to be the same, but is that necessarily a bad thing? I'm not so sure.
Oh my God, house hack.
It's like a scooter.
I'm trying not to laugh at that.
Yeah.
We're not bad people, I promise.
Yeah, I mean, sometimes if you don't laugh at stuff, though, you got to laugh at stuff.
So Nico was saying in here, apparently she didn't know how to operate it, and a friend at Storm let her ride it since she already where was it?
Yeah.
If you don't know how to ride a damn scooter and you're going to go ride it by yourself, why would you do that?
Yeah.
I mean, that's just common sense. If I can't swim, I don't get in the pool.
Yeah.
Luke, Jonathan, gentlemen, how are we doing? It's been so long since the live stream. What's new? Life, man.
Yeah, we
Life.
got a handful of things that are new.
Yep.
We do have the PBA schedule to talk about too. We have 10 tournaments with the CW. That's not all the tournaments because apparently CBS Sports still has the rights to the World Series of Bowling. So 10 tournaments are on the CW, but we knew that wasn't going to be everything. They haven't announced the full schedule yet. And the World Series of Bowling is really, one location with a handful of tournaments, and then you have.
They may get something else on CBS Sports Network other than just the World Series, but we'll see. I'm hoping it's they get a couple extra stops.
Yeah, let me pop the schedule up and see what's actually on there. I know that the U.S. Open and the Masters and stuff like that's on there, and I know that the schedule changed enough to where the Pete Weber Classic can't be at Enterprise in Springfield because that ran him into starting Greater Ozarks. So it's in somewhere in St. Louis,
St. Peter's,
Charles, or St. Peter's.
Yep, St. Peter's, Missouri.
So we got the Players Championship, Pete Weber Missouri Classic, U.S. Open, and these are all consecutive weeks. So they're going to have something every single week. This might be a little tricky with stuff like the U.S. Open and the Masters that run longer. So that might be a little interesting because normally they've given a little bit more of a buffer around U.S. Open and Masters for travel time and whatever else, but they're doing this. They're starting February 22nd, and we're getting something every single week for 10 solid weeks.
I'm not a huge fan of the Players being at the International Training Center. To me, majors should be bowled in not even so much a bigger venue, but in a center itself with just a bigger center. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
That's just, I don't know, having the first tournament there of the year and it being a major for one, but being in an isolated area like the International Training Center is just kind of silly to me. But like U.S. Opens at Woodland Bowl, something like that. That's exact locations that major should be, in my opinion. But I may be in the minority on that.
And then the Roth Holman doubles is by itself. I normally they kind of run that concurrently with a different tournament, so I wonder if they're going to film for that. They're going to run it with the New York Classic, and then it's just going to be a show.
Because it's at Portland. It's in Bayside, where Roth Holman doubles is. So I wonder if they're going to do the whole tournament at Bayside.
Yeah, let me see.
But I could see him filming for it. Pull on the schedule here.
Yeah, the Players is in. I guess I can put this back up while I'm going through where these things are at. Yeah, no, it's going to be the Roth Holman doubles is its own thing at Bayside.
Yeah.
So they're not running it; they're running it as its own standalone thing.
The World Series of Bowling PBA Commissioner's Cup will air on CBS and CBS Sports Network, while the Storm Striking Against Breast Cancer mixed doubles and Lucky Marson will continue to air on Bowl TV.
Yep. Yeah, I'm reading that right now. So yeah, the Players is going to be at the ITC. The Pete Weber Classic is going to be at St. Peter's at Bolero St. Peter's. U.S. Open is going to be in Indy at Woodland. The Illinois Classic is going to be at David Small's Victory Lanes. The Indiana Classic is going to be at David Small's Pro Bowl West. So Decatur, Illinois, and then Fort Wayne, Indiana. The Masters is going to be at Thunder Bowl.
Yep.
So that'll be interesting because again, it's the center versus the Bay where they go for filming. So the Masters is probably going to be a lefty fest with EJ, and then EJ's going to run the ladder. Because Thunder Bowl is straight up a lefty house, and so we're probably going to see a lot of lefties on the TV show. And then the Bay seems to be more righty friendly when they actually get to it. So that'll be
remember that CW announced that they're doing 10 live shows, so it'll definitely be its own tournament.
Yeah. So New York Classic is in Rochester at ABC Gates. Roth Holman again in Portland, Maine at Bayside, and the Tournament of Champions is in Fairlawn, Ohio at Rivera Lanes. So it says additional PBA tentpole events will air later in 2026 on other platforms. So this doesn't mention anything about the tour finals or the PBA league or anything like that. So it'll be interesting to see what else goes on.
Yeah, because I'm curious to see if they go back to the manufacturer thing that they did last year, or if they go back into the PBA league, bring that back again, or I don't know. Last year was different. I kind of liked it.
Yeah, I did kind of end up liking it more than I thought I was
Yeah.
going to. I thought it was cheesy and stupid to begin with, but it was fun.
It felt like fantasy football. Gave me fantasy vibes,
Mm-hmm.
and I liked that. And I really think that the CW is going to be a great fit for the PBA. I know Justin in here just said PBA still gives me, or PBA on CW gives me local access TV vibes. I'm sorry. I mean, it will give you local TV, but I'm telling you, they've done a fantastic job with NASCAR, and they're doing football now. They're doing some college football, and they do a great job. They're broadcasting for being new into the sports world. In my opinion, I think that they're doing a good job, and I'm looking forward to seeing what the content looks like. And we're going to get Randy Peterson again and Kimberly Pressler, and it's going to be the typical gang. But we may not get Fanta though. He might be an ESPN guy.
Yeah, I was just saying that historically, every year until this year, the Roth Holman has run concurrently with another tournament.
Yes,
so,
it has.
So I was trying, and it hasn't really, and they've done that because it hasn't really been big enough to do its own thing. And so I was trying to figure out what the story was going to be there until I got on saw the locations and stuff.
And yes, I agree that I agree that they're waiting on the NFL to finish is a great idea.
This is a big point because they started it in the middle of January, and it's like, why do this in the middle of? I mean, if you want some big buzz, yes, this is the intelligent thing to do, is to wait to start until the Super Bowl's over. Give people a few weeks outside of that, and because even just starting the week after the Super Bowl, it's still, people are still on that buzz and they're not ready to move on yet. So
yes, NBC after it was Fox. I don't know why I said ESPN a minute ago.
What question did I have?
I think it was me. I said something about whatever network Fanta's with. He's probably still with.
Mm-hmm.
That guy fries out on Twitter over sports. It's pretty funny. He's a big baseball fan, so
Dave Lamont would be great, and fresh blood might be interesting too.
Yeah,
you never know. I would imagine we're still going to be stuck with Randy.
Oh, you're going to be stuck with him.
Yeah, and Kimberly's great. I like Kimberly, so I would imagine she's still around.
She's somebody that worked really hard to learn knowledge about the sport, and she's really, really grown over the last however many years now.
Yeah, she's really tried to learn it, and I think she's pretty up to speed. And then the pressing question segments are always fun.
Oh yeah,
she always has really good questions, and those are fun segments. So I really do enjoy that.
Yeah, I look forward to watching those every week. I agree with that.
So let me see. We got plenty of bowling balls coming out. Aaron asked about our current arsenals.
Do you think Barnes would be a good color commentator? Yes.
Yeah, he would be good for the analyst stuff. He's a little kind of dry and boring, I guess, but he would be very good with the stuff. Norm Duke's always fun to have on there, and Packy's great. They could,
honestly, if they'd make it even like an alternating person every week, that'd be great. Yeah, Duke, Barnes, Packy. I don't know, just to see him mix it up would be kind of cool.
Mm-hmm.
But I know it's kind of hard to do that, to rely on somebody. What if they make the show or whatever?
Yeah,
fall back. So
it's got to be tricky because a lot of guys don't stick around wide if they don't make the show. They're like packing up and getting out of there and figuring out other things, or maybe taking a little mini vacation depending on what area they're in or whatever. So trying to get somebody to stick around for the show might be it's probably a little bit more difficult than people realize, I would expect.
Oh yeah, for sure. I agree with that. Sorry, you were jumping into an Arsenal question.
Yeah, I'm trying to catch up with some questions here. Yeah, the CW. I always remember when I saw a show go to the CW. It's like, okay, well, it's going there to die.
Yeah, they do a lot of Pac-12 football. I think it's Friday nights they do it. And I had one on the other night. I'm telling you, it was good. They do a good job.
But the CW I think is turning it around a little bit, and I think that I'm really interested to see how the shows are going to look and whatever.
They had to jump into the sports world or they were going to die.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I'll be honest. Everybody's got you got ESPN and Fox now have a partnership and streaming together to get their content for sports, just Fox Sports and ESPN platforms. I mean, if you don't jump into that market, you'll sink.
Yeah.
Unless there's somebody like a Paramount Plus or whatever that does everything, but they still do sports.
Yeah.
So, but they partner with CBS. They own CBS or something like that. I don't know. I don't dabble into all that, but yeah, them jumping into sports was a big help.
All right. So yeah, what are talking current arsenals? I'm still not really back to bowling. I'm able to, and I will start kind of filling in. I think I've just recently made myself available to start subbing again in Medlin, and I'll start bowling again on Friday nights. I have done a few ball videos, and everything's been fine. So I'm kind of ready to get back to it, but I haven't been bowling right. I bowled one league set, maybe two. I bowled 2 league sets on Friday nights, and have shot a couple ball videos, and that's all I've really done since June. But everything works again. My shoulders actually work, and that's the thing from the Daria angle, is that I couldn't live. I could work my elbows and everything else, but I couldn't lift my arms. It just.
So you're saying you can now get it up?
Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Congrats. Are you doing Tulsa? That's the plan. I was just there 2 weeks ago.
Yeah, we are. Yeah, because you guys already went to bowl everything. Are you guys gonna bowl? You're gonna bowl everything again in November, right?
Yep.
Because they let you do everything again.
Yep. We have to just have different partners and all that.
Okay. So,
I have no idea who partners are yet for that.
Yeah, we are going quite a bit later for our regular. Normally we go in October. This year we're going Thanksgiving weekend. So,
Which that'll be fun.
Yeah, Trevor and family have a lot of things going on in October, so we had to back things off. But yes, I am going to Tulsa. I'm ready for Tulsa. I'm ready for whatever I get to bowl, and it's been kind of nice having the time off too. My spare shooting is awful. I think I'm like 50% on makeables the couple of weeks that I bowled. So
we did go to Hideaway again, by the way.
Oh yeah, yep.
I should have sent you a picture. It is good. We went to a different one. Apparently they have 2 locations now. One that's actually closer to Broken Arrow. We didn't know that until this time around. It was just as good. So
sweet.
Yeah. Nope, looking forward to having everybody out there. I don't know if everybody saw, but I was on the pair with the team game that Wilkins had with Trevor and them. Did that ever go through? That I tried to send that to you?
Yeah, it was 11:05 or something they shot.
Yeah, I was on the same pair, and I had 240, I think, the first game. So the numbers were big.
Yeah, this is 4-person teams, not 5.
Yeah.
11. I will take 11 for a 5-man team. I will take 1,100 in a game, but 4 people is a different story.
It was ridiculous. Wilkins shot like 2360 or something like that for all events.
Mm-hmm.
I think. Let me look it up. He's not going to get touched. I'm sorry. Nobody will touch him.
He shouldn't get touched, even on the handicap side.
I don't think so.
That would be kind of ridiculous.
2360 divided by... Yeah. 2360 and change is what it was. That's ridiculous. I mean, the dude was just locked in. I understand he's a pro and everything, but I don't think I've seen somebody be that locked in for that long in a while.
Mm-hmm.
So fun to watch.
I would say my current arsenal, the Black Widow Mania is still in there. it has been the whole time, and it's one that hasn't gone anywhere. And I've had a few things that I've drilled here recently. I think what I'm going to end up with is Mania, Black Widow Tour, and Anger Solid, Bubblegum Vibe. And then I am going to use the Shadow Tank for my spare ball. I've tried to experiment with the reactive as a spare ball type of thing. I have an extra little 1-ball bag that I'm just going to shoot spares with urethane. So
yeah,
but I think
mine hasn't really changed.
I think that's what I'm looking at. So
mine hasn't really changed since somebody last asked. What is the most recent things I've added? I've drilled a Ion Pro Solid, and I like that a lot. And I leave it pretty shiny. I mean, I knocked a little bit of the shine off, but I leave it. I think I keep hitting it with like a light 2000 when I need to, just real quick by hand. And then I added what did I drill the other week? A real time. Yeah, I got a real time on Bowler X for like $100. I couldn't pass it up, and I actually threw it quite a bit in Tulsa. So it was really good. I threw a Jackal Ghost in Tulsa, and I was able to go every squad we bowled. I was able to go Jackal Ghost real time, Jackal Ghost real time. Didn't touch the cover. I left it shiny as it was, and it was the perfect boom boom. So it worked out.
Let's see this.
I may go down. Oh, I got a story to tell you real quick about that.
Oh, okay.
You got to ask Trevor about this in person too. So I have the best first shot of team best ball you'll ever see in your life.
Yeah.
So if you haven't heard this story, it's pretty good. So I get up there, not nervous or anything, and I get to the bottom of the swing, and I'm like, oh shit, I'm not getting out of this thing. And so I like just kind of thumb it off my hand. The ball never saw the left of the head pin or to the right of the head pin. Like it was never sniffed it. And I just happened to nip the 3-pin, and it just everything tumbled, and all I had to get was 7, and I ended up getting 8 out of it. And I walked back, and you should have seen Trevor's face.
Yeah.
He goes, "That was awful." And I looked at him and said, "I said, still got 8, biatch." You'd have to see it to believe it. It was the worst shot of all time.
I've seen some pretty good stuff.
Told him I was nervous. We did win a best ball down there too. My first team did win best ball. Paid us like $70-something a piece.
Yeah, that'll always play. Love winning some best balls.
Me too.
Sub-Zero compared to Idle, they're fairly similar. I think the Sub-Zero is a little chuggier and it's a little more tumbly, kind of directional. The Idle's kind of rounder,
Like-
a little cleaner.
Like the original Idol? I'm assuming.
Yeah. Original Idle would fit for the Optimum because the Optimum was fairly close to. Let me see what else we got here.
I miss my original Idol. That ball was so good.
What was the? Yeah, I saw
So good.
about the amped and the.
Oh, the new Storm ball. Or, well, is that Roto Grip? New Roto Grip ball?
I don't know where that. That was the amp compared to a Gremlin. Yeah, the amp is going to be earlier and smoother, and the Gremlin is going to be a little bit longer and sharper. I would think so. Yep.
Hyperdrive compared to the new Hyperdrive looks really good, by the way. Dylan drilled one up while we were in Tulsa, and it looks really good.
Yeah, I did compare the Nico. I've got in the videos that I do. I compared the Hyperdrive and the Gremlin. If you want to take a look at the reviews, because that was going to be a thing. It didn't really make a whole lot of sense to put out a Gremlin and then the Hyperdrive's right behind it, and it's like, why? These are very, very similar on paper. It doesn't really make a whole lot of sense, but they are different. So
That's the blue one, right?
they're both the blue one.
Well, the Hyperdrive it's blue though, correct?
Yeah.
Okay.
It's blue and purple, and the Gremlin kind of purple, and they look very similar going down the lane.
You want to
They
know
look-
what ball looks really good? Is that Ovation.
Yeah. Yeah, I figured that was going to be a thing. I drilled one of those for Trevor before he went down to Tulsa, and I think Zach was throwing his too.
He was my teammate in first set of team, and he shot 811 with it. So
because Trevor had a bunch of big scores with the one reverb last year.
Yeah, he had 800 again. One of the sets, and I don't remember which set it was. It wasn't team. I've never seen a guy shoot 300 game one and then proceed to not be able to carry anything like the way he did. It was bad.
Yeah,
I want to say he had 800 in singles, like 801 or 802, something like that.
Yeah, that's the lefty experience. There was one year I came back from nationals when I was bowling with Jesse and Ryan Miller on Thursdays, and I went 279 to 87 or 289 or something like that. And Jesse looked at me, was like, damn, were they easy or something? I'm like, well, I just got back from nationals where I was aiming at that, and now I had this. And I was just I was just acing everything, and I proceeded to do the same thing the last game, and I shot a clean 190. So
yeah,
Ryan's just kind of sitting there watching it going like, how? Like, the lanes didn't change, I didn't have to move, I wasn't doing anything different, I didn't tighten up, it just,
just a lefty curves.
9 pin, 7 pin, 10 pin, 6 pin, whatever else. Compared to a marmoset. Nice marmot.
But I will say, don't sleep on the Ovation. That ball looks really, really good.
Mm-hmm.
The hyperdrive looked really good. Dylan got pissed off after the first set in Tulsa. And we seen him walking around back in the shop. And we're like, this dude's about to drill something up. He's pissed. He don't care.
Yeah.
He did. He pulled out a hyperdrive and it looked pretty good. He still couldn't carry, but it looked good.
Yeah, Tulsa's a weird place because, again, it's
you got to trap your angles so much.
Yeah, you got to get your angles right, and if you don't have the angles right, you can hit the pocket for days.
You won't carry shit.
Is very easy to hit the pocket in, but as soon as you start working your angles to get the carry right and get the ball go through the pins the right way, that's the real challenge down there.
So what we noticed, I'm wondering if they did something different in regards to like oil that they use.
Mm-hmm.
Because we all agreed. So they played just like they have years past, right? A broken arrow, start really super tight, trap your angles super tight. But this year, the middle part of the lane just really blew up fast. Like after game one, poof, they were gone and everybody was jumping in. And of course, you know what happens when you jump in there.
Oh, yeah. As soon as you have to move left in that place, it's death sentence.
So Trevor said the same thing, though, even on the left side by himself. He said, I was moving right way faster than I ever moved right in that place.
Mm-hmm.
And so it seems like that maybe they used a different oil or something than what they've used in the past, because I've always thought they've held up pretty good on the back ends there in years past. But maybe it was just all the rev rate on the pair. I don't know.
I don't know, because, that's the thing is it does carry down, and the oil just kind of sits there.
Yeah.
The back end settle down. You've got a little bit more shim in the middle because they are kind of tight to start off with, but then you have a lot of – but that's then the problem is the heads go, and then you have to move in. Then you can't get the ball to finish. So you got to scoot the ball through the fronts and then get it to finish, but it doesn't necessarily blow up. It's just it starts off kind of tight. The back ends carry down, and then you fight with the heads. But as far as like the whole lane blowing up, that's not normally a thing. Yeah,
no, it was really weird. It does still feel like that they're backwards, like we've talked about before.
Yeah.
And that was one thing I was telling Crouch, because he went down there for the first time this year. Is like, man, it feels like they lay this pattern down backwards. And when Luke has said that in the past, it's not a joke. It's serious, because if you don't get it over the fronts, your ball will hook in the front part of the lane immediately.
Yeah,
and so go ahead.
No, I was just gonna say you can walk up to the foul line and there's no oil there until like the dots, and then it gradually increases and you can see it more and more closer towards the arrows. And so it looks like the pattern is not like it doesn't start the pattern at the foul line. They might do one of those things like Pro Bowl does or whatever, where there's no oil 3 feet, or not Pro Bowl, but in not Pro Bowl, KC Bowl.
KC Bowl, yeah.
Where they don't oil for the first 3 feet of the lane. There's some kind of protective measure or something, but there's no oil on the lane until the dots, and then it kind of gradually increases until you get to the arrows, and then that's when it seems like oil starts. Yeah,
Crouch started trying to way too early, trying to play like this. I'm not bad mouthing or anything, but he was trying to play like stand left, throw the ball right, because the gutters did hook if you get it there, but they just pick up so fast. And I told him, I was like, trap your angles, trap them. Like, I just kept telling him to do this. And when he finally did it in singles and doubles, it's like, oh, that's what you're trying to tell me to do. And he bowled much better. So
it's a really tricky place to figure out. It's one of those acquired experiences things where if you do what makes sense, you're going to be in hell until you figure out how to bowl specifically there.
Yeah.
Like there's something specific that even though things are kind of slightly different year to year, they're the center. You just play the center the way that it is. So
On the Friday night for the sweeper, we bowled on the lower end, lower to mid for the sweeper, and they were definitely a lot tighter down there. Because for everything else, well, no, the first set of team we were on the lower end, and they were quite a bit tighter. And then we obviously the next pairs that we bowled on for singles and doubles, and the next set of team was the pairs hooked more in general.
Mm-hmm.
Just because you start creeping towards that high end.
Yeah.
So I'm starting to learn pair to pair in that place a little more. I actually like that place. I'm really weird, but
I do kind of like. I mean, I like that place a whole lot more than Andy B's. I never liked Andy B's on either side of the lane. But yeah, Broken Arrow is fine. I'm okay with Broken Arrow. So, what you doing, Buck? Hi. What are you doing? Escapee?
Buck sauce.
Yeah, what are you doing? You coming? Come here. You come see the people? Hi, buddy. Oh, yes, buddy. Oh, no,
What's up, dude?
Hi, Buckums. What you doing? I know. Good job.
Everybody that's tuning in so far with us tonight, thank you for hanging out with us, and sorry we've been absent, but yeah, like we said at the top of the show and in our last show, we decided only to do shows going forward where we have topics to actually talk about. People actually want to comment and watch live and everything else.
Yeah.
Because if we sit here and just ramble the whole time, it's a waste of our time, waste of your time, and nobody really wants to hear that. So
yeah, I mean, there's a few things we can talk about every once in a while, but definitely not enough to fill an entire show up with. And
as we get closer to the PBA, we'll have more to talk about.
Yeah, because we will get a schedule for the World Series of Bowling, those extra couple things, and we might, whenever we hear something about the PBA League or the Tour Finals or Strike Derby or whatever they're gonna do with some of this other stuff.
The Strike Derby can kick rocks. I hate that so much.
Yeah, I think they've got to figure out something for the bowlers to bowl, because 10 tournaments is not, unless you're EJ Tackett, it's not enough to make a living on. And even when you add the World Series of Bowling in there and the Lucy and whatever else, you're still at 15 tournaments still, which is less than half of what they had 20 years ago or whatever. And it's just not enough for that gets to the point where you're going to keep losing people that aren't like the top people, and there's just not enough people out there that can bankroll that kind of thing over and over and over again. And then, we see it on the PWBA tour too, is that all the international players come over and win almost everything, because the women over here have day jobs, have regular jobs, things that they have to do, and then they got to fit the bowling stuff in on the side. And the women overseas, that is their job, day in and day out, all year round. That's what they do. And there's just a difference, especially when you're at a professional level, of doing when something is your job versus when you're kind of a weekend warrior. And even if you're a very good weekend warrior, there's a difference between being a weekend warrior at local sweepers and being a weekend warrior professionally. It's just not really a thing.
Yeah, no, I 100% agree. 100% agree. Actually, Billy, I don't know if you've seen this comment. I saw it while you were talking, so I didn't want to interrupt you. Did you guys see that Storm hired Nathan Bohr as their operations tour specialist? I actually sent Luke a message. He kind of already had some previous knowledge because somebody saw, was it Maria wearing Storm shirt?
Maria was she was throwing some Storm balls on an Instagram or something like that. And then when Nathan and Maria were at Swiss Trios a few weeks ago, they were both wearing and throwing Storm stuff. So
yeah, that one surprises me a lot, because I thought those two would be Motiv lifers. Because
I did too.
I mean, Nathan Bohr had a great deal with Motiv forever. So Storm must have came up to him and just said, "Hey, we like what you do on the women's tour stuff. When you do, I don't know."
Yeah, it had to have been a bag of cash or something more than Motiv was giving him. So
I would think so, because I mean, Bohr was one of Motiv's biggest supporters forever. So to me, that really blew my mind.
The Commissioner's Cup is the Tour Finals?
It's CBS Sports Network.
Okay.
Yeah. They haven't announced that on the like what dates and stuff, but yeah.
Yeah.
And Nico, no, Ryan Barnes winning the Rookie of the Year does not surprise me one bit. To me, in my opinion, that's the perfect pick.
Yeah, I mean that was really the only thing it could have been. I don't think it was that close. There were some other rookies that did well, but
I mean, Barnes made how many shows last year? 2?
a few, yeah,
3, yeah.
2 or
Well, and
3.
he was always in match play too. He was
Mhm.
always a tough out in match play.
Yeah. Yeah, I think people sometimes if people don't make the show, you kind of lose. If they're not making a bunch of shows, you kind of lose track of them a little bit. Or somebody like our guy Zach only made a couple shows, but he had a good year, as far as I know, didn't he?
Which one?
Zach Wilkins.
Zach had a good year. He had to battle back there late in the year, but yeah, he had a good year. Yeah. If you remember it, he started kind of slow, and then he got hot there, especially in the World Series. The World Series is what saved his season because he was in the top 16. Right. Yeah.
Yeah, he did. He had I'm thinking of last year, 2024. He had
24 was a big year for him. He was like top 10 in points.
Mm-hmm.
He still bowled really well this year, though. Like the World Series was massive for him. So.
Mm-hmm.
What was the? There's another question here. Keep hitting them here.
Yeah. Like they were talking about
They're talking about Rash too.
Yeah, the Lucky Larson. Rash was wearing a Motiv jersey. He's still a free agent because he's been throwing some swag stuff too. So
yeah,
I haven't talked to Cliff about this at all. And if I had, I wouldn't be able to say anything anyway. But
I bet he had something worked out with Motiv for that tournament. Because I believe that Spengler was even his rep for that one too. He had been throwing a lot of Motiv stuff in general, so I bet he had something worked out for that tournament, I guess.
So yeah, I think it really depends. Is Swag gonna re-up for the PBA because it's $50,000 to register a brand?
I would think that they would wait another year possibly to give their stuff. Give them more options and to, I don't know, just to get more eyes on it and people throwing it. That's just my personal opinion. I know you've thrown it. I haven't thrown any of the new stuff. I've never thrown a swag ball, period. So it's hard for me to speak on that. I will say that the new stuff looks pretty good.
Yeah, the new stuff is, I haven't thrown any of the old stuff, but just the eye test. I've watched a lot of the old stuff. The new stuff seems to be a lot better, and just throwing it, period. It's good. I guess that's the other, the black dry. I was trying to think of the other stuff that I had kind of on the fringes of the bag, and that would be the Black Dragon Pearl and the Judge Pearl are a couple of the ones. And I still like as far as my heavy oil stuff. So the other stuff, I just don't need a Jackal Onyx or a Judge or a Stealth Mode or whatever else for a house shot. But those are my out of town heavier oil balls that are going to be there. Period. They're just not my league bag.
I think that I kind of want one of the Primal Jack or the Primal Ghosts.
Yeah, that looks really good. I was kind of bummed that I didn't get to. Now Riley really likes it, and he's glad that he got it. I was kind of bummed because I wanted that one, but I wasn't. I couldn't.
How similar did he say it was to the actual Ghost itself?
It does. It rolls like a Ghost. It just exactly how you would imagine. If you put the Ghost cover on the Primal core, that's exactly what ended up happening.
God, that makes me want to drill one before
we go. It rolls like a Ghost. It's just longer and a little sharper, but
that makes me want to
kind of round
shape. That makes me really want to drill one before we go to Tulsa again, because that's all I have the nuts with down there is a Ghost.
Mm-hmm.
No, Nico, Swag did not have a tour rep when they were previously registered.
No, it was just kind of Anthony Lavery spar. They gave him a bunch of money, but. So yeah, this is the thing is I'm not sure how deep Cliff wants to get into that, because if you do register the brand, you're gonna, especially if you're gonna sign somebody like a Sean Rash, if you're thinking about, then you're gonna need to support him. You can't just kind of say, oh, here's a pile of money and you represent us and go figure yourself out. Sean's getting to the point where he's starting to look at the senior side of things here before too long, but he just won something here recently, and he's still competitive. So I would say that if they're going to make a push for the PBA, they're going to have to sign a couple people and at least get one rep out there. They're going to have to do something more than just, okay, we're going to sign one guy. We're going to register. We're going to sign one guy and then see what happens. It's going to have to be like a concerted effort. And that's just going to be a big cash flow thing.
I mean, if I remember right, I'm pretty sure that's why Anthony left Swag, is because they didn't have a tour rep out there.
Mm-hmm.
Pretty sure that's why he left. That's, from what I've heard, that's a big reason why he left. And having to do that out there by yourself is a pain. To me right now, it just doesn't make sense for Cliff and them to jump into the PBA world, because right now you're just now starting to get to the point, in my opinion, where people are changing their narrative on Swag, because it is that much better, in my opinion. I think the new stuff, just from the eye test, looks 10 times better than what the old stuff was. And then we all know what the cliche was with the old Swag brand. So if you don't, well, just ask somebody that likes Swag and you'll find out. But no bash to Paul here, if he's sitting here watching. He's my teammate on Thursdays.
Yeah. No, yeah, you get a front row seat to see the Swag stuff every week now too. So
yeah, yep. I'm bowling terrible on Thursdays. But hey, who's counting?
Yeah. Yes, I haven't thrown a promotion for a while now. It's really tough for me to justify. Now I do still have 5 of them down there. Probably need to start drilling them at some point because they are 5-6 years old now. But it's just hard. I drill so much stuff that it's hard to justify drilling anything extra. I've got a lot of stuff on the shelf I want to drill, but it's just like I've got a couple of as far as the new stuff goes, I got an Origin, I got an Ion Max because I wanted those are and I want to get one of the Ion Pro Solids.
Yeah,
because those are some of the standouts for me from the Storm stuff that I'm missing. But I've got the original Flux and Flux Pearl global balls. We've got a couple of Pink Badgers. I've got some overseas stuff. I got a couple of DNAs. I really like the original DNA, even though it was kind of a pile of crap for most people. I've got a couple of Idle Synergies left. I got a couple of Summits left. That's a heavy hitter. Got a Dark Code, couple Parallaxes, couple Idle Cosmoses. So there's a bunch of stuff that I would like to drill, but I just can't justify it with Marvel Max Impact. So I need to drill that original Taboo I've got sitting up there. Angel found me a Dinothane Red Vendetta.
There's a good one.
But yeah, so there's all kinds of stuff I'd like to drill, and of course the 5 promotions, the aforementioned promotions. But I just can't go out of my way to drill anything extra right now because I can't even throw all the stuff that I like right now. So
yeah, Aaron, he was a Storm staffer, so naturally he's going to have a lot of Storm stuff. He did ask in here earlier. I'm pretty sure it was Aaron.
Yes.
So I'll follow up. Can be past or present. What is your favorite Storm bowling ball of all time? I'm assuming it's going to be SPI brands. But is it still the same one for you and I both?
It just said, "What's your favorite SPI ball of all time?" It's got to be the promotion.
Oh, you're taking that over the X Factor?
Well, and that's the thing is I have to give it to the promotion because of how much I threw it right-handed, I threw it left-handed, I whatever else. But yeah, the X Factor is number 2.
I've got like 3, and it's always hard for me to pick one between the 3. I got to go with the X Factor, but the 2 after that are going to be like the Paradigm and the Ace, the original Ace. Those 3 balls right there were freaking money. So
yeah. The Trauma's up there because that was my first Storm ball. It was my first 700 ball.
No, I never threw a Trauma.
Yeah, some of the El Nino, I really liked. The El Nino 2000 was my first 300 ball. The Exit was good. The El Nino Gold was just really cool. Besides being awesome, the X Factor Reloaded, Depth Charge.
Depth Charge is also amazing.
Yeah, there was a bunch of stuff There's a bunch of stuff going back into the late 90s, early 2000s. El Nino's traumas and X factors. The erasers. Remember the eraser?
Yep.
Eraser boost.
Yep. I forgot about the depth charge. So if I've also got to put that up there on one of the goated storm bowling balls of all time as a depth charge for sure.
Yeah, supercharged.
Uglier now.
And,
ball was so ugly, but it was good.
Spitfire. I stopped throwing Storm when they came out with the fired up. That was ironically when they came out with Reactor. Those first ball Reactor was on, and that was one of the biggest pieces of shit I've ever thrown in my life. And then the Diablo was right behind it, and it was even worse. And so I'm like, yeah, if we're gonna do this, I'm done with this crap.
A Hot Rod was also a sneaky good one.
Hot Rod Hybrid was the first hybrid ball.
Yep.
So that was cool. Yeah, there's a bunch of really good, cool stuff.
My very first 300 was shot with a Storm Superpower, actually. A beat up one too.
Yeah.
And the Superpower was not that good. I didn't think so. Anyways.
Yeah, like Aaron was saying, I was surprised about the DNA. The DNA was not a very good ball. It was kind of clean and pukey, but for some reason I could just kind of lay it out there, and it just kind of read in the right spot and kind of arced its way in. And it's just one of those shitty balls that you can just kind of trap at the pocket, and it just works. Doesn't look very good, doesn't react very good, but it just works. So
Cliffy Barnes in the flesh in here. What's up?
Cliff, yeah, we were just talking about swag re-upping with
PBA.
With the PBA and signing Sean Rash and some other people getting some tour reps out there. And
do you want to spill the beans? Do you want to say something out of here?
Spending several $100,000 trying to make that work.
No, but with Cliffy in here, though, the swag stuff looks really good. It does look really good.
Yeah, I haven't been lying in my stuff. And again, people can watch the videos. I mean, you can just, I tell people all the time, watch with the sound off and just see what the balls react like. They are a little on the slower side, but so is the Motiv stuff too. And so when you, it is a little difficult going back and forth from like Brunswick to swag stuff. But then once you get, it's like, oh, okay, well, I don't have to throw this ball out the window to get it down the lane. I can kind of play on top of it and just kind of give it that little float. I had a lot of good sets last year with the Judge. And then I almost beat Paul with the Dragon that one week. I had like 4 drive-by 8 pins, and I still shot 7 something. He shot 750 at me, but
Cliffy says sounds cheap.
Sounds cheap. Yeah, I was gonna say, because you got the $50,000, you got $50,000 to the PBA, and then you've got to sign. You can't just. We were just talking about this. You can't just sign Sean Rash and not have a tour rep out there, or not have an additional bowler out there. I mean, sure, you can make him your flagship face of the brand type of thing, like what Marshall Kent was going to be with Big, but you got to sign a couple more bowlers. You got to have at least one tour rep, and then there's extra stuff that I know that we're not even thinking about or considering. And so, $500,000 to get the brand out there for 10 shows on the CW.
Yeah.
Oh, it's 150 the PBA now. Yes, well, this is a really
holy crap! Is it really?
With older surfaces and higher rev rates, that motion, yeah. Well, and that's why urethane, because we got these high rev rates, and we've got people that really just bang on it, and so now that's why like Henniger is back with Motiv, because he's like, it's just the Brunswick stuff, just check marks, everything turns sideways, they can't control anything. And so it's nice for me as kind of a dead-handing lefty to throw something like a Mania where I can just kind of flip out there and watch it turn sideways. But it's also great to be able to – I'm going to bring a handful of the swag stuff to Tulsa because, again, trying to keep it in front of me, the Mania is definitely not going to be the thing there. And then somewhere like Southwest, if you can just trap it at the pocket and spray pins all over the place, that – Center North Rock really likes the smoother ball motion. So yeah, there's definitely
I mean, I like the smoother ball motion anyways because it allows me to stay right.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Cliff, I've got a guy that's on my team that's a swag staffer.
He knows Paul.
Okay, then you know Paul. So
Paul he's the
yeah.
he's the area.
If he still is, I don't know if he still has that position, but yeah, he's slower ball speed, lower rev rate, and it looks good. Looks really good.
Man,
looks really, really good. I need to drill a couple of them myself.
Mm-hmm.
I know the Black Dragon's one I want to put holes in. And what was like the red, blue on the first wave of releases?
The Unreal.
I want to drill one of those too.
Mm-hmm.
80 for a decent tour rep, hotel expenses, travel expenses, etc. 500K to be around the number. That's why I said that it doesn't sound like the right timing for it.
Yeah, because not only are you're a lot of people's contracts include the entry fees too, and so it's not just we're going to pay you a salary or whatever. They cover the entry fees and they cover the travel expenses and transportation and whatever else. Some people have a sweeter deal, and if you are looking at signing somebody like a Sean Rash, that's going to be one of those things that you're going to, even though he has burned a few bridges,
he's still a good name though.
I mean, Pete Weber burnt a shitload of bridges himself. You still,
he's Sean's still one of those guys though that if his name backs your brand, it's still a big name. You know what I mean? And he is a cool wig staffer, so it makes sense.
Yeah.
At the same time.
Yeah, there is that too.
That's right. Rosedall 10, Haas 10 saves you 10% off. Coolwig.com every time you order it. Would rather keep costs down for the customers than paying that and passing on the cost to consumers. Yeah, that's exactly right, Cliff. That's why I said it just doesn't seem like the right time, especially now since the brand change in ownership and the new stuff coming out.
You still only it's still only been a year. It hadn't even been a year.
Baby steps. Yeah.
The relaunch was January-ish. So.
Yeah. It was January. I think is when you first sent out the new stuff. You did your videos and stuff.
And I think that the PBA is kind of up in the air right now too, with switching with losing the Fox contract and some other stuff. So they're going to have to get a couple years under their belt to even get that close to worth it. So.
Oh, for sure. Yes, sir.
So.
Similar to you, Luis did what you did. At least a video with him or two a while back. He was with Motiv, the 900 Global free agent. Now he's back with Motiv. Yeah. Yeah, we know who you're talking about, buddy. Luis is fine. We know who he is.
Yeah.
Oh, man.
Yeah.
No, thanks for hanging out with us, Cliffy. It's been good for you to chat with us. It's funny. You came on here right as we were talking about swag, too.
Yeah.
It's like somebody said, hey, you need to get on the breakdown pair.
Yeah.
That's great.
Yeah.
We need more cat-themed jerseys to go along with Space Cat.
Mm-hmm.
I mean,
there are some extra cat-themed jerseys. We just need to pull them up.
Are there any PBA players that you know that are independent and not on staff? I mean, there's a few out there, that aren't affiliated with anybody. It is very, very hard to compete at that level without having resources. And a lot of the guys that have resource or that don't have a ball contract, still have some kind of backdoor resource where they can still go onto the truck and grab stuff and whatnot. But it's so hard to be able to just say, I'm going to, in between blocks, I'm going to go in here and put holes in a hyperdrive or something like that. It is very tough. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. Yeah. Some people have sponsors, but I think that everybody's bowling on the national tour does have a staff contract. Yeah. Driving home from the warehouse. And so, yep. Thank you, sir. Appreciate everything that you do for us here.
Yes, sir.
And this also I'm wearing one of the new doggo jerseys that this is Barnes designed. Brandy, yep.
Mm-hmm. Fantastic, by the way. And you can also get your breakdown pair t-shirt in any color you want at coolwig.com. Mm-hmm. Or one of these here hats here.
Yeah. I can make any ball look bad.
Touche. Sorry, I didn't mean to chew ice in the microphone there. So I'm sure there's somebody out there on the national tour, but it's very, very rare. You might catch some people that make it out of like the PTQ that doesn't have anybody. J.R. Raymond, he's not full time, but he's still with the shop and everything that he's got going. He can pretty much drill whatever he wants.
Yeah, he's with
Bowler X.
Bowler X. Yeah.
Yeah, so he's one of those rare ones, but yeah, he pretty much puts holes in whatever he wants.
Well,
he throws a lot of swag stuff too, from what I understand.
Well, that's the other thing too, is with him being a video guy, he gets everything sent to him from everybody. So that's one of the, unless he's getting a big contract, why would he want to sign with anybody? Because he's getting everything.
100% facts.
So,
sorry. Hopefully, not to change everybody's subject to football, but go Broncos. By the way, I just want to throw that out there.
mm-hmm.
When you sent me that message yesterday, I was my heart rate was like,
Yeah.
I'm like, please do not find a way to screw this up. If you do, I'm gonna fry. All right, been throwing the Magic Gem for over a year now. The Raptor Rush, a good replacement for it.
No, they're very, very different bowling balls. The Magic Gem is a big, chunky, asymmetric hybrid, and the Raptor Rush is a symmetric, shiny pearl ball.
I personally don't throw a lot of Motiv stuff anymore. There's a few that stay in the cycle. I've got tons upon tons upon tons of Motiv bowling balls sitting in my basement over here, but
I think the Ion Max is probably a better Magic Gem replacement, even though the Ion's a solid. It pops a little bit. It shapes a lot like the Magic does. So,
isn't JJ a free agent on the 50 tour? John Janowitz?
John Janowitz. He's a weird situation. So yeah, I think he is a free agent, but I think it's of his own doing. It's not. I'm sure that it's out there if he wants it, but with him also working for Kegel, I think that's a conflict of interest type of thing. I'm not sure that he can have a contract with anybody.
That would make sense.
That might be one of those things.
That would make sense. I never actually thought about it that way. Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, the Raptor Rain's probably a little closer to the Magic Gem, but it's just not. It's still not the. It's still Raptor Rain is still symmetric, and I think it's cleaner and sharper than the Magic Gem is. So I would still go Ion Max is probably the closest replacement. Might be a little earlier and smoother than the Magic, but not much.
So are you going to put holes in a Ion Pro Solid? I know you mentioned it at one point in time. Is that a real thing, or is it one of those I might?
I would like to, but again, I've been staring at this Origin Ion Max, and I've wanted to do a video of, because there's been some storm balls that I've missed this year, and there's also been some Brunswick stuff since I only do 3 of the brands instead of all 7 of them. There's been some stuff that I've missed this year, and I thought, okay, it'd be cool to get a couple of these balls and say, okay, I missed these, but I really wanted them, and so here's all the stuff, but I don't want to drill 5 or 6. I don't want to acquire 5 or 6 bowling balls, even if they send them to me for free. I don't want to drill 6 balls just to make a video for it, and they're like, okay, well, I've got 6 more drilled balls. What am I going to? I spent hours and hours and hours putting a video together for them, and then whatever. So
yeah, no, I completely understand. No, that ball is very, very good though. It's now calmed down for me because out of box it was really, really flippy, and now that I've broken that cover a little bit, it's really starting to tame down. And it was a good purchase for sure.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, that's one that I really would like to get.
It's good.
XL cracked. What to replace that with? The new Equinox Solid is a little slower, but it's him.
Oh, that good, huh?
Yeah, the Equinox Solid is the real deal. It's the closest thing to an Alpha Crux since the Alpha Crux. And I've said the other things have been similar. Eternity Pi was fairly similar, and some other balls have been close. But this one's got that same weird look that the Alpha had to it that made it, special. It was defined. It was defined when it made its move, but it was also it kind of turned and then it kind of walked off of it, and the Equinox Solid has that same look and feel to it. So
Venom Cobra sitting on the rack alongside the house bulls last week in my center. Every time I think of the Venom Cobra, I think about Justin Wyman.
yeah,
Just because he's like his ball videos were so good.
mm-hmm.
Okay, guys, if you have not seen Motiv's old videos back in the day from their not reviews, but their ball intro videos, Justin Wyman was the shit. You need to go watch it.
Yeah,
the Jackal Ghost is really good too. The Jackal Ghost video is like so good with the lighting and everything that he did with the sign, the Motiv sign sitting down lane. Like, go check him out, and you got to let me know what you think. Wouldn't you agree?
Yeah. It was the good stuff. TJ's been upsetting other bowlers with my higher scores because I read lanes and knows their equipment. Yeah, just paying a little bit of attention. I've got a video that I'm trying to get done and out there. I have 5 more ball reviews coming here soon. I do have Tobias Equinox Solid, and then the Shadow Tank, and then a few, the next month's Brunswick stuff. I'm not going to say what they are, but it's not like we know that there's Brunswick releases every single month, and so we've already filmed for them, and
Are you doing track
here eventually? Yeah, Brunswick Hammer and Track.
Yeah, Track's got a new one coming out. They've been teasing it. I already know what it is, but I won't say anything. And it's not coming from Luke.
But yeah, everybody knows we get Brunswick drops every single month, so that's them putting equipment out is not a surprise. But yeah, I've got a few reviews to work on. But
Wilkins and Trevor and I talked about it and Dylan talked about it a couple weeks ago. They knew about it, but we didn't really know much details on it.
But yeah, I've got a video coming out of tips per average range. So if you average in the 150s, here's just one simple thing that you wouldn't, because 150 is, well, pick up your spares. It's like, well, yes, that's obvious. I'm talking about something that most people don't think about, some mindset type of things. So for 150, if you're in the 160s, here's something to get you up to the 170s. And once you get there, this will get you up to the 180s, so on and so forth. I just haven't gotten it finished yet, but
that's actually a great idea. That really is a great idea.
Yeah, I spent probably about a week working on that one because it's trying to figure out videos that haven't been done before, or how do you say the same thing a different way, or it's like when you're trying to help people improve, it's like, well, what would you suggest? And it's like, again, that's the only thing anybody ever tells you. If you average 170, it's like, well, you just need to pick more spares up. It's like
Jungle said, hit the head pin.
Yeah. Just make sure you stay in the pocket and pick up your spares. You'll get there.
I mean, if you're 150, making your spares are definitely, working on your spare game will help. But
yeah, but that's nothing.
No, but it also tells me that you're not hitting the pocket enough.
Yeah, let me actually pull this up and see, because I do have a couple best tips for average.
Don't give your video away here.
Yeah, well, I'm not. I'm just blah 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 blah. Yeah.
Love when you did live stream plug work videos. Yeah.
I actually have a lot. I was thinking about doing something on Saturday because I have Lucas left me a bunch of stuff to plug. And he went to McPherson when he was done with us. He went down to McPherson, I think, to see some buddies, and he came back through. And I walked him through all the plug stuff, and he was really interested in it. And so I was, since I have a bunch to plug, I have like 9 or 10 more balls to plug. So I thought I might do something like that on Saturday.
Cool. Yeah.
Yeah, just like a tip for a 150 average bowler is, number one, just figuring out, finding the path forward. Like, what are you going to be, a higher rev bowler? Are you going to be a lower rev bowler? What are you even going to do? Because I think a lot of people just get out there and bowl and they don't really think about it. And they kind of, well, I'm trying to improve and I'm trying to do, it's like, okay, but are you which direction are you going? I think a lot of people just kind of happen and they don't really think about which direction they're going to go. It's like, okay, identify the things that you do well, then get yourself a very simple bowling ball. Don't go out and buy 5 or 6 balls. Figure out what you're going to do, buy a vibe, and practice. Obviously practice and picking up spares are the easy things, but people don't really think about it. It's like, oh, okay, do I naturally throw it hard? Do I naturally hook it a bunch? Do I naturally, what am I good at? They just kind of go out and bowl and see what happens. And it's just something like, when you're a lower average, be more intentional about it. Pick a direction type of deal.
Yeah. Yeah, don't spoil it all.
Yeah, but
I was curious what your thought was on the 150 average bowler, though. Like, just where your mindset is with that. Since you said it's not all about making your spares, obviously,
yeah,
it's not, but it is at the same time. Like, there's other things in between there that you can do to make you better.
Yeah, I could make a real simple video of very obvious things that everybody else has said before, but that's why it took a while. It was kind of challenging figuring out the other ways other than the obvious stuff.
Yeah.
So
figure out your identity. What kind of player do you want to be?
Mm-hmm.
That's a good one. I actually like that.
Some of that stuff is, that could even apply to some 200 average bowlers, because it seems like there's a lot of people that are jack of all trades, master of none type of deal, and that's not really what works out on the PBA tour. Everybody is very, very good at something. They all have an A game that's all the way up here, and then they figure out the other stuff later. If you try to, I want to be a versatile bowler, that's great, but instead of having one like A+ game and then an A game and a B game and a C game, you have a lot of people that just have a B game and a B game and a B game and a B game. They don't really do anything particularly well or stand out. And so it's like, okay, well, you hang out around the cut line, but
thank you for calling me out right here in front of everybody.
You're not going to win a tournament.
I've won a few.
Yeah.
Thanks for calling me out, though,
Yeah, well, I was the same way. Like, I wanted to be a versatile bowler, but I just always hung out around the cut line. That was all I was, because I wasn't good at anything. I was good at hanging around the cut line is what I was good at.
One thing about me is the rev rate and the ball speeds really pass me by. And I've got to figure out on my end of things, what do I got to do to combat that? Do I drop a lower weight? Do I do something different with my hands? Do I start working out? Like, do I just start beefing up? I'm being honest. Like, it's one of those things where I've even looked at Amanda. It was KCO, and it got to doubles. And I got to the point where I told Amanda, I was like, honey, I can't throw it hard enough. The fronts were gone, the mids were gone, the back end was gone. And if I was firm in any way, I was always good, but I can't consistently just throw it that hard. Mm-hmm. I don't know. That's something I've got to figure out.
That's something that I've got enough years under my belt now as a lefty to figure out what's a good idea and what's not a good idea. Like bowling, even though I like bowling the KC tournaments, it's just not a good idea, because as soon as I walk in and Packy's there and Spencer's there and whatever else, I'm not going to beat them on the left side. And because the lanes don't change, on the right side, you have some people that can hit the fresh, some people that can hit transition, some people that can hit the burn, but things change throughout the tournament. Nothing changes significantly. You might get a good pair, a bad pair, or whatever else, but there's no way that when we're moving from fresh pair to fresh pair to fresh pair, I'm just not going to keep up with those guys ever. And so sometimes it's the tournaments you enter that just aren't a good idea. Plus, it's not my dominant hand. And so it's like, okay, well, bowling on sports stuff, unless I go to somewhere with like nationals and I'm just trying to make bracket money, and especially the senior stuff isn't that far away. And so maybe I look at some senior stuff and I can get away from the Spencers and the Packies and whatever else for a few years at least. But so it's just going to be like, okay, so let's just hit Southwest and Tulsa and the easier stuff that's not going to be, because I think lefties do in general have an advantage more often than not on a house shot. And so that's something that, but if I go to a house shot tournament with Trevor, I'm obviously not going to beat him ever, unless it's just a random. It has happened once or twice, but it's nothing I can hang my hat on or nothing I'm going to feel confident going to the bracket table thinking about.
Hey, Amanda beat him Tuesday night at Gage. So anything's possible.
Yeah. Well, and so that's the thing too, is also kind of figuring, because I had no idea what my game was going to be lefty either. I just kind of threw the ball and kept it in play and whatever else. But now I'm kind of figuring out it's going to be the kind of soft-handed shove kind of at the spot and let it walk up. And so now it's like, okay, well, let's develop that. And let's see what equipment's going to be the best for that, what situations, what tournament's going to be the best for that. And then actually, if I can hitting the pocket, and then it's like, okay, well, we need to get our 7-pin percentage above 70%. That would be helpful. Then we need to carry a little bit more often. And then it's just, we actually need to care when we go to tournaments, because for the last couple of years, it's kind of like, oh, I'm not going to compete anyway, so I'll just get out there and throw the ball and whatever.
Yeah, you can't think it like that way.
Yeah. I mean, it's a, when you go to a tournament, you got to think, well, I'm here to score. It doesn't have to be pretty. It doesn't have to be whatever else. You just got to knock the pins down. And so I think that's putting everything together, is figuring out the game, getting sharper on spares, figuring out the arsenals, and then actually trying when I'm at the tournaments. And that doesn't mean pressing and frying out. It just means, oh, well, whatever. I shot 210. Who cares? That 210 could have been 230, on a bad game, if I'm just paying a little bit more attention and not just kind of bouncing around talking to people and shooting the shit and whatever else.
I mean, Johnny and I and Yuri have been going. And Yuri, of all people, with this burnt the front skid in that place, we've been going to KC the KC Bowl trios every week or every month.
Yeah,
we've won. We've got fourth. We've all cashed in singles each time. We're making money.
Mm-hmm.
Even if we have bad tournaments to go, like, I really don't want to go bowl at KC Bowl this weekend. We're like, but why not? We make money there.
Yeah.
Why wouldn't you?
Right.
If just get in the mindset. I want you to do one of those one time, and you come bowl with us, and I think you'll have a good time. Yeah. Yuri's always iffy if he can bowl or whatnot. So Yuri destroys KC Bowl, and I have no idea how he does it.
Well, that's the thing, is I
said Yuri is iffy. It's Johnny that's always iffy if he can bowl.
Yeah.
Sorry.
But that's my problem, is I have been having a good time at all these tournaments. I look forward to going to Southwest and Tulsa and whatever else, and just being there bowling the tournament. And that's the thing that when Angel and I were talking about, me going with you guys to this last one here, it's kind of like, well, we have the KCO thing, but if I could go to tournaments and make money, it wouldn't be a thing, because now it's just, we just write it off as a complete loss. It's just, the tournament's going to cost for entry and hotel and travel and food, is going to cost $500 for me to go down to Tulsa this extra time. And I know that there's no chance of me getting any money back. It's just like, okay, well, do we have the extra $500 for me to spend to go hang out down in Tulsa? And it's like, well, no, that doesn't really make a whole lot of sense. And so it's like, okay, well, if I was able to go down and spend $500 and come back with $1,000, $1,500, or even just pay for the weekend, if I could go down there and make $500 in brackets and even just write it off, then that would be a different story. But it's like, well, no, at this point, it's a fun thing. It's a participation thing.
I'll tell you right now, you go to Tulsa with us twice, you'll make money.
I will. I'm going to try that direction.
You will make money.
Believe it or not.
That tournament with that group, you'll make money.
Yeah, well, and I just have to make sure that I'm sharp enough to not be the one that they're all carrying. Because if we have an 800 and a 750 and whatever else, and I'm shooting 660, that's not really getting a whole lot of anything done. If I can at least start putting in 7.0, 720 something, and putting some competitive scores up there, and being something that's like, yeah, how about we add Luke on?
Maybe it's as simple as changing your mindset. Just walking in here like, look, I'm going to give them the, you know what?
I think that's really it. I need to go out and, as a lefty, I have never practiced spare. I have never gone out and just like shot spares. It's just been kind of a byproduct of, okay, if I leave it in Lee, I'll I've never actually like focused on trying to make spares. That's why some of the ones I don't shoot at very often are kind of interesting. It's like, okay, well, I've only thrown at this one like 4 times.
Well, and then we bowled the sweeper Friday night. With all the bowling we did, we didn't really want to, but a couple of them did. But it was one of those things like get down there and get your feet under you, get wet, get your feet wet, and you kind of get a feel for it because it plays the exact same pair to pair on fresh every time. And the only thing that is that when you get down to the lower end of the center, like I said, it gets a little tighter down lane, but that's easy to fix. You know what I mean? That's a simple little surface adjustment in practice, or even just getting softer with your hand. And I don't know. I think if you bowled with us both weekends, you'd make money.
That gets you locked in and warmed up. But yeah, I need to work at some stuff maybe next year.
I believe in you more than you believe in yourself. How about that?
Yeah, well, that's probably the thing is I could do it if I actually paid attention and tried. I think I just like hanging out. And
would we go down there and have a good time? Yeah, we would.
Yeah, we definitely have a good time. But
it's you're bowling with a group that's all down there to make money too. So
yeah, so
hard to be really versatile when you're rev deprived Haws. I'm more versatile than you may think I may be. I'm just getting old.
Yeah, that's
certain layouts are. Go ahead. Sorry, I was reading comments.
Well, I'm gonna say that's the other thing is I'm mid 40s now, and so I'm starting to look at senior stuff, and I'm slowing down a little bit, but I'm not nearly as slow. I think if I actually walked a little bit and exercised and whatever else, and I do, believe it or not, since I had this pinched nerve thing, I feel better and stronger now, lefty, than I had for like the last year and a half.
Good.
For whatever reason.
Since I started my diet, I'm 15 pounds down now, so I'm starting to lose some weight. I can actually see it in my face, just even in the stream. I also look like a pale white ghost. I don't know what. Maybe it's my lighting. I don't know. Certain layouts or balls will help your game. Yeah, I'm aware. I got different layouts I use. I like pin down stuff, pin up stuff. Especially if you're bowling with Dylan. Actually, believe it or not, bowling with Dylan is not a problem. Yeah, he does not bother me one bit.
He's so far left that he might actually.
Dylan does not bother me, and I would rather 100%, like if we're bowling David Mike stuff, KC tournaments, I would rather be on his pair, changing pair right to right, than I would be to the left of him.
Yeah, following him.
Because I can see it right in front of me as it's happening instead of getting to it and going, whoa, that was good. Where did that go? So, no, I'm don't make me think like you have to, but I'm telling you, we could use another lefty. It would be good.
Well, that's the other thing, because Trevor always has like the perfect, if I could even get to 75% again, because if he's shooting 750, 800, whatever else, it's the same thing as I could go milk Southwest a couple times a year too, because it's not, if I could go down there, shoot 720, 720, 720, that may not be enough to.
Not that tournament. I can see it in Tulsa that
bracket, but if I went 720, 720, 720 in Tulsa, that'd be a little different story.
Yeah.
So, and another person to mix up the teams with, and sometimes that's the other thing is that people will think it's like, well, I've got to go down there. If I have a bad set, I'm just going to ruin it for everybody. Sometimes the good bowlers have bad sets too. Like that was when we used to go to Tulsa with Keelers. That was kind of the same thing. Like you'd see Keeler would have a rough set, or Andy would have a rough set. Shea Bittenbender never really had a rough set, but he just had the mega nuts all the time. But it's like, sometimes the good bowlers can't carry or catch a bad draw on a pair and shoot 650, and it's like, okay, well, there's always next set or next year or whatever else. It sucks when somebody has a bad set, but it's going to be their turn some other time too.
That's why I try to tell you is like, once we started this is the first year we've done that, where we've gone twice, and we've all told each other. Johnny and I even said the same thing to each other each time we go. It's business trip. We'll have a good time when we're done bowling, but while we're there and leading up to it, even we're just sitting in our B&B and talking about it. Like, that's another thing you can do.
I can write everything off on taxes.
Yeah, we'll split a B&B. Like Crouch and I and Johnny, we split a B&B 3 ways.
Mm-hmm.
We're doing the same thing, and when we go down there in November, it's cheaper than a hotel. It was a little more expensive because we're at Thanksgiving weekend, so I think it was like $50 total more, but whatever. But no, you just need to give more faith in yourself.
Well, I just need to take it more seriously. I think that's the thing is I just haven't really wanted. It's like do I really want to put the effort in for bowling? Do I really want to? And
Yeah.
it is one of those things that I'm kind of, because I've been thinking about this too, is I haven't been getting as much of the traffic here recently, and I'm starting to think about, okay, well, I've been doing this for 11 years now. Most YouTube channels only last for like 3 or 4 years, and are we going to throw in the towel, or are we going to keep limping this thing along? Do I need to start a new channel? Do I need to whatever else? And it might just be a pivot type of deal. There might be something else to do, but regardless, I'm just kind of stuck in the bowling thing, whether I like it or not. And so you just make the best of the situation you're in, whatever that happens to be. And I'm just happy to be able to move my arms again. So
I think it's just more of a, while we have the YouTube people in here, I think it's more of just an adapt. You know, we have to adapt on this program. You need to adapt on the ball videos and do something different. Like you said, I thought the average thing, doing the broken down by average tips for like 150, 170, 190, 210, you know, kind of breaking that range. I think that's a great idea.
Yeah. I've just been phoning a lot of things in here for a while because I have a heart. It's just so busy, and I don't ever get time off to do anything. And
trust me, I understand.
Yeah. Well,
my 10-year-old plays sports.
Yeah. And so that's kind of the same thing. You spend more time doing that than you do at your day job. And
pretty
then
damn close.
When do I have time for regular stuff? And even then, like I'm watching, you know, we went and filmed for 5 different bowling balls yesterday morning, and we got something to eat. And then I'm watching football games on my phone, and then I've got it on one screen on my computer while I'm editing videos on another screen. And then it's one of those things I can't ever like sit down and watch football game, or I can't ever, you know.
I'm sure that the center had the Broncos game on. I'm sure.
Mm-hmm.
I think it was a local game, so.
Mm-hmm. So yeah, we watched a little bit of that while we were there, but
don't beat yourself up. I think this can be. We can find the right direction.
Yeah,
all you gotta do is ask. What do people want to see? What do you want to see? What do you want to hear?
I've done that before, and people don't really know what they want to see, and then some of the stuff it's not possible. And I've done the kind of rabbit hole with that, and that's a big part of the problem is.
Well, I think the great direction of this show, so people can hear it as we're sitting and watching it, but with us doing bowling with actual topics and doing things that want to be talked about, it helps a lot. It really does.
Yeah.
Because if we just sit here and ramble and do this, nobody wants to hear it. I get it.
Yeah.
But I enjoy doing this and spending the time with you. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
Even if I'm not there. I've had a long 2 weeks.
Yeah.
Even just sitting here on my chair in my office is really nice.
Yeah, you just taking a break, taking a breather, talking a little bit of bowling, and then get to go watch the Chiefs demolish the Jaguars. I
think that game's gonna be closer than you think.
I'm sure it's going to be closer. The NFL has been wild this year.
If you saw the way Arizona lost yesterday, we definitely know that.
It's weird. Baltimore looks terrible.
Well, yeah, they've got like 19 starters out.
Even with Lamar, they look bad.
They're so banged up.
Then I think Chase Brown was my first or second round draft pick, and I let him go.
Sorry, I beat you last day, by the way.
Yeah, I let him go the other day because he's done nothing. It's kind of funny that without Burrow, the Bengals are like worse than the Browns almost. The Browns looked halfway decent. Like,
yeah, they have a great defense.
Yeah, they have a great defense, and they look pretty snappy offensively there for a little bit. They didn't win, but then you had something like Miami goes up 17-0, and then they lose that game.
We're not too far from being done here, guys. I know that nobody likes to talk anything other than bowling, but let's have some fun here for a minute. All right? Comment in here what your favorite football team is. Let's do something different.
Yeah, because we got a few minutes for the
comment in here.
Game kicks off, and the NFL's been so wild this year that
I'll tell you what. Everybody knows who my favorite football team is. Here we go.
Yeah.
Let's go, baby. Let's go. My wife's gonna be mad because I didn't put that back the same way it was, and that's probably. Oh no, that's pretty good actually.
Yeah.
But no, we actually had to finish that game yesterday in Philly, and then when we left Philly, we had to go back to the hotel, change, and we flew to London. So no one is worse than my Jets, 0-5. I really hope they go 0-6 next week.
Bro, Justin Fields is a fantasy monster, though.
I know I have him.
Fantasy monster.
By the way, I just saw Nick's comment in here. Yes, the Patriots look phenomenal.
Yeah, dude, Drake May and Diggs. Holy crap. That was really what won that game is May scrambles really well, and Diggs always gets open at the right time.
He's motivated yesterday, man. Motivated.
So, I mean, between the two of them, that was a really impressive game.
Did anybody see yesterday the interception thrown by Cam Ward to Arizona? 7-8 yard line.
That was hilarious.
And was fumbled and kind of botched around and ended up to a Titans touchdown.
Yeah.
You know you're going to lose when that happens. You 100% know it's going to happen. Like, are you kidding me right now? Oh man, that's great. There's so many comeback games yesterday. Like the slate yesterday of games was terrible. Like you look at it and you're going, man, there's gonna be some shit games here. There's really nothing. And then they just kept going banger after banger, then blowout after blowout. Like, are the Colts for real?
Yeah.
Or are they not for real? I still think they're fake. Like the Broncos should be 5-0 right now. We lost a game on leverage.
Yeah.
And then we lost the freaking Chargers game off the it's just don't get me going on that. So I'm a low rev and low speed bowler. I need a ball for fresh house shot. So you're kind of speaking my language, Steven.
Mm-hmm.
It just depends.
I'm pro solid. But yeah, it really depends on
things. Just because you're a low rev and low speed player doesn't necessarily mean what I like is what you're gonna like. So I don't know. I personally like to throw on fresh. I like to throw bigger covers, bigger cores, bigger covers like Jackal Ghost or things like that. But like an Ion Pro Solid with surface would be really good, like Luke said. Trying to think of some other ones. An NV Tour. If you can get your hands on an NV Tour, perfect. Ball of your dreams, I promise. Buffalo got shocked. Yeah, that Buffalo game. I did not expect the Patriots to come out there and just absolutely blow the doors off them like that. Didn't blow the doors off them, but Buffalo couldn't stop them.
They couldn't stop them. And then the Patriots tried to give it back to them late because there was on that right after the Patriots went up 20-17 or 20-10. That next drive from Buffalo was just every penalty, and they were all legit. Like they were all legitimate, obvious penalties. And it's like, what are you guys doing? The helmet on Allen, and then the late hit on the guy that was already on the ground tackled, and then this, that, and the other. And it's like, bro, you can't even say anything about the officials in this because 100% glaringly obvious penalties, like 5 of them on that drive. And it's like, oh, we just scored a touchdown. We went up 20-10 or whatever. It's like, oh, let's just give it all right back to them right now.
Maybe that's what we should do. Maybe we should start a separate channel, just us, and just do a sports show.
Mm-hmm.
You know how fun that'd be on the side, just to do one, just to do like sports lines every week.
Yeah. I would need the time to do it, but it would be fun. It would definitely be fun though.
Granddad raised me to be a Colts fan. I don't know what's going on with the NFL. I'm telling you, I think the Colts have always had talent around that team. I just think that they needed a quarterback. And I know that the Colts fan wanted Anthony Richardson to be something that he's not. He's just not accurate. He can throw a great deep ball from time to time, but he's just not accurate. And he puts himself in too many bad situations in the run game, and he gets hurt. Daniel Jones was just in a bad situation in New York. It was bad. It was awful. Absolutely awful. And when you put actual talent around him, it just shows. I mean, it just shows you.
Well, it's the Baker Mayfield and
yes,
Sam Darnold thing too.
Yeah, but the Rams let him go too.
Yeah. Well, that's the thing is like everybody thought Daniel Jones sucked and Mayfield sucked and Darnold sucked and whatever else. And then it's like, well, no, these guys are actually good players if they're in decent organizations.
Yeah.
They're doing the right things.
Football was insane. Y'all didn't even mention Mark Sanchez. Bro, Mark Sanchez got charged with a felony today.
Yeah, because at first it's like, oh my God, Mark Sanchez got
Poor
stabbed.
Mark Sanchez.
And it's like, well, actually,
Well, actually, he was a drunk, dumb son of a gun.
yeah.
TJ, how about them Cowboys? You know what? I'll give them Cowboys some credit. The Jets are at 0-5, but their defense is actually legit. I don't know what's going on with their defense. I should probably shut up because the Broncos play them in London on Sunday.
Yeah.
But that team is so much better than 0-5. They played the Steelers really good week 1. I think that Aaron Glenn's got to establish a new culture there, so he's going to have to take one on the chin. But it is what it is.
Yeah, they got some stuff to work with. They just haven't put it together with, and the Cowboys actually look good.
Oh yeah, they actually look better. Okay,
Yeah.
I know this is a bowling podcast, but when I take heat from this later on, don't at me. But the Cowboys offense looks better without CeeDee Lamb now that George Pickens is getting the touches. Just saying.
Alan Dak looks really sharp.
Yeah.
I mean, they're still the Cowboys, but we'll see what's
them boys.
Philadelphia's winning games, but they don't look good. Philadelphia this year looks like the Chiefs last year. It's
Philly
like,
ain't winning games. They just took an L. Let's
well, but that's the thing is they look like the Chiefs did last year. It's like I don't know how they're just limping through this stuff and managing to luck out these wins. How they are 4-1, playing the way that they're playing, but
yes, Justin, the Jets should have beat the Bucs. And depressingly, I'm a Raiders fan. I can't wait to see. I'm sorry, Gino's trash, absolute trash. The guy's thrown, I think, 9 picks already this year. 9. This was week 5, 4, 5. Yeah, that's terrible. They paid him a lot of money. I know the feeling. Russell Wilson was once a Bronco, so I understand. It's absolutely terrible.
Yeah,
but shout out to Colts fans. Shout out to Bucks fans. Don't like Chiefs fans. Sorry. No, I'm just kidding. But there's some big wins this week, and a lot of good. Actually, you know what? Shout out to the Titans fans after coming back down however much after the fumble by not holding on the ball into the end zone, and then the interception that turned into a fumble into the end zone. Yeah, actually, the Commanders fans too. That was a big win. So many comeback games.
Yeah,
a lot of fun this week. It was a lot of fun.
Chargers.
Yeah, and sorry if you have O'Marion Hampton in your fantasy team. He's now out 4 weeks.
Yeah,
for an ankle injury.
Yeah, that division is, depending on what happens tonight, that division is suddenly very close. Raiders, but there's the good teams in the division are close. Sorry, John.
Yeah, the Chiefs will win tonight. I think it'll be closer than you think, though.
Yeah, I think they'll win. They finally scored above 30. What is this, twice?
I think the Ravens' defense is just that banged up. I think they're in bad shape. Did you see what just happened yesterday?
Yeah, 44-10 or whatever.
To a Houston team that had 1 win.
So yeah, they're in bad shape. But it didn't matter who it was last year. The Chiefs didn't score 30 points. It didn't matter how bad the defense was. Their offense was just that bad. And I thought they were going to come out with a little bit more fire this year. But last year they were actually trying. It looked like they were trying to move the ball instead of just, doing dumb crap. So we'll have to see what.
Yeah. The first EF5 tornado has now been recorded since 13. Where was this at? We're doing a show, so I don't get the news right now.
Yeah.
And also, what's Angel been keeping in their bag? Any league faves?
Oklahoma. Angel has a bag with like 20 balls that kind of rotate in and out. She really likes the Raptor Rain. So I'd have to go up and take a look because she's got stuff that goes in and out. The Sub-Zero still goes.
Touchdown Chiefs.
Oh, already?
Yep.
What took so long?
Thank you, Dave Waswell.
David Waswell, yeah. But yeah, I'd have to go up there and look because she rotates a lot of stuff in and out. She does like Apex Pearl. She does have a couple of swag balls she likes. She likes the Fusion Hybrid. What else has she drilled? She does like the Paragon Shadow. She likes the Hypnotize.
The tornado was in North Dakota?
Oh, interesting.
Really? Sorry, I didn't mean to interrupt you. That's crazy to me.
No, I'm trying to think of what she actually has in her bag, because she's got a few.
She's got some swag stuff in there, doesn't she?
Yeah, but she's just got like 20 balls that she rotates in and out, so it's hard to keep track of them all. I'm trying to get mine.
Does she rotate them pair to pair, or just like I just want to?
She just rotates them in and out as like, oh, I want to take this ball tonight, or I want to take this ball tonight, and whatever else. So yeah, she just she has a bunch of them that she likes that are all kind of equally depending on what she's doing. And that's the other thing, is I juggle a lot of equipment, and I'm trying to get myself out of it's like, oh, I want to throw this tonight, and it's like, well, it doesn't really matter. The Black Widow Mania is the ball that you just need to throw until it just absolutely does not work. And so that's another thing I'm trying to. Oh yeah, the Effect Tour. She does. I gave her my Effect Tour, and she likes that, so she's been throwing that too.
Maybe yours is tamer than mine, but I still can't get mine to stop. I haven't thrown it since Nationals.
Mm-hmm.
It just grabs the lane so quick and goes so sideways.
Yeah.
Rhino Pro, Crown Vic in the rotation.
No, she has something else that's like a Crown Victory. I can't remember what it is, but she got a replacement for that.
Oh boy, getting tired.
Yeah.
Get a couple questions in here. Probably sign off here. A couple minutes.
Yeah.
We do not know a comeback date.
Oh, she likes the Infinity Quest. She likes that one quite a bit.
Infinity Quest. Oh yeah, okay.
That's that new kind of bubblegum looking.
Yeah. I think Johnny. Didn't you just drill one for Johnny? No, that was
something different.
The hammer effect, the new effect. That was the new effect.
Mm.
Yeah. But no, we don't know a return date. So if you guys want us to return, hopefully there's be some bowling news. Maybe Daria will break her femur next. But I don't know. We'll these are gonna kind of be one-off things, so it's always fun when we get to do it. Yeah. I've enjoyed it. Been a tough couple weeks for me, so this has been fun to take my mind off some things and spend time with my dude, even though it's virtual. But sorry, you guys are dealing with Angel's was it grandma?
Yeah, same type of deal. She just body's starting to outlive her body, and she's got pancreatic cancer. And
how old is she?
She's 90.
She's 90. So my grandma died it wasn't last Friday because her funeral was last Thursday. It was the Friday before.
Mm-hmm.
But her birthday would have been that Sunday, so it was a little tough. Having to, I got the call as I was getting ready to leave for Tulsa that she had passed. Well, I called, and as I called, she died, like right as I made the call. Mm-hmm. And having to get on the road and drive and everything was tough. And then getting through the weekend, it's kind of like you got to put this shield up to still focus and have fun, but at the same time, you got to remember you're with your buddies, so that'll help. But It was tough, but we made it through it. We're back, and she had a good turnout for the funeral, so it's all good.
Yeah.
I got to carry her casket.
Mm-hmm.
I tell you what, her little ass was heavier than I thought she'd be. So.
Yeah.
No, I love her to death. I miss her. Thank you for everybody. And Hawes, how about those Blue Jays? Don't slander it. Yeah, they need to finish. We need one more win. I've seen crazier things happen. Remember, the Sox went down 0-3 and won a series. So,
rid of them damn Yankees.
You just chill out right there.
Yeah.
I'm kidding. All right, buddy. Let's do the thing.
Yep, I think we'll call it, and we'll go watch and see what happens in this football game, and see what the division looks like at the end of things, and we still have to do kind of a draft recap show now that there's been several weeks of meddling to kind of get an idea who's doing what, and I haven't looked at the league sheet.
Don't draft me.
Well, that's my problem is going to be that it's like, okay, I can come sub for some people, but with my average where it is, there's some people that thought that I was going to be able to sub for them. I'm not in the right range. So
Johnny was able to sub for me last week.
Yeah,
because he only averaged 212 a gauge last year.
Yeah,
and he only shot 6-0. No, 16, something like that. They were on 1 and 2 though, so I forgive him. It's all good. Appreciate it, everybody. Hopefully we get some news soon. We can do this again.
Yeah, we did have a solid turnout tonight, so appreciate everybody being here. And next time we do,
that's with short notice.
Yeah, because I had, again, we filmed 5 bowling balls, and I was getting back and cutting stuff up, and I got to work this morning. I'm like, I didn't schedule the stream, and I can't do it from work. So,
well, and I've been busy. So
yeah. Next time we'll have more lead time, ideally, and we'll find something to talk about. So, thanks everybody for hanging out. Go watch some football
and baseball if you're into that. Hurry up. We're signing off right now. Somebody want to say hi before we sign off?
Mush Husky.
Hi, Brandon.
I saw you yesterday.
She saw you, or Luke saw you yesterday. Did you know that?
Yeah. She came down and said hi. Her and Alexis were down there bowling by the Dragon Ramps. And
you bowled by the Dragon Ramps?
All the way down on the low end shooting videos. So
it's pre-bowling and post-bowling. I'm glad you went and said hi to Luke. Should have said, hey, you pretty ginger. How are you?
Yeah.
All right. Say hi.
Hi.
Say thanks for watching the Breakdown Pair.
Thanks for watching the Breakdown Pair.
Episode number 112.
Episode number 112.
Goodbye.
Peace out.
Peace out.
Is it over?
Bye, everybody.
See ya.